Soloveitchik was in the hospital. They're saying Tillin for him right now in his yeshiva. His name is Meshulam David ben Elta Hendel. So let's have the schus of our learning should be for a full shlema of Meshulam David ben Elta Hendel, and any of the our davening we should have him in mind too. Meshulam David ben Elta Hendel. Vayeitzei Yaakov Beersheva Vayelech Harana, and Yaakov leaves, goes. So the Rashi's famous statement that why bother to say Vayeitzei from Beersheva, just say he went to Haran. We know that he left. And Rashi says that when a tzaddik leaves a city, so we want to emphasize the fact that Pana Hoda, Pana Ziva, Pana Hodra, that this is what leaves. And therefore, that's why it says Vayeitzei, because it's something important about the Yitzhak. He left, and therefore things changed. So the question that they ask is, what about Abraham and Yitzchak? They also left, and why we don't say that? There's no Vayeitzei, and going, nobody makes this comment. If anything, we could have made it by Abraham. If anything, we could have made it by Yitzchak. Why make it only by Yaakov? And the approach that Rashi takes, the Meforshim take, is like this: Avada by Abraham and Yitzchak, if this was the case. And it's very simple because there was nobody there to take their place for sure. We might think, however, that by Yaakov, Yitzchak was still alive, and by Yaakov's time, so he left. It's not such a loss to the people. And we are Rashi's telling us, no, when a tzaddik leaves a place, there is an effect. There is an impact. As we know, very often after a person goes on and leaves this world, then people appreciate, who he was, what he was, even more so. But the fact is that no matter how many people are there, his leaving is felt. And the greater the person, the greater the impact. And that is the way it is. And it means something to us too. I feel you may feel, this, who am I, all this, that's Parshas Vayeitzei. We have to realize that whether it is we're making an impact on hundreds, on 20s, or whatever it is, or maybe just on our own family, the fact is there is an impact, and therefore we have to realize that. And the impact we want to make is when we're alive, to be able to reach out and understand that people are watching us at all times. We've talked about it before, and the idea is not only do I want to fulfill the mitzvah of every day, and Noisi B'Ol and Chaveiro, I want to be involved in Kiddush Hashem. And everything I do makes a difference. We don't know. People watch us, and whatever we're doing touches people. Yaakov Avinu, after he sleeps and he hears the Sulam Mutzavarsa, Rosha Magia Hashemayma, he wakes up, and he says, Imi Hashem Madi, Vishamar Shamrei B'Deo Sha'aneicha Holech, Vishavti B'Nosam Lechem Lechol Begin Lilbosh, Vishavti B'Sholom Abeis Ovid Voyo Hashem Lilokim. I'm going to go, and Hashem will give me Lechem Lechol Begin Lilbosh. What is this lechem lechem? I mean, the fact is, we all know what lechem is for. Lechem is for eating, and we all know that clothes are for wearing. So why does Yaakov have to spell that out? It would be enough for him to say, "V'nasan li lechem, v'nasan li beged." That's it. I know exactly what I need. So I want to share just two different approaches. One is the fact that the Nayim Torah says he's talking about health. He's saying, Hashem, if you will give me health, to be able to eat and to wear my clothing. What good are clothing if you can't wear them? What good is food if you can't too sick to eat it? And therefore he's saying, give me lechem lecho, give me begin lilbosh. V'shafti b'sholem beis ovi. I will go b'sholem. I'll be in good health. And I will be able to be the Eved Hashem that I want to be. So somebody said to me, listen, so why doesn't he ask just for health? It's a good question. So ask for help. But also, if this is the pshat, why should we necessarily have to say lechem lecho beged libud? Then we ask a kasha, but we know why, and then we're always talking about help. Just say you want help. Okay? Anybody have a mahalach? No. Just say I want help. You don't have to do it in an indirect fashion. Pardon me? He's asking what's the both? Health and the beged libud. So if that is the fact, it may fit into the next understanding of this. That Yaakov is not asking for mosros. He's not asking for luxuries. He's saying, Hashem, give me help, and please give me my essentials. Because a person, should not try to accustom himself to luxuries except in Avodas Hashem, except in Ruchnius. I want to have the greatest, whatever opportunities to be an Eved Hashem. That's wonderful. Luxuries and Avodas Hashem is wonderful. But the fact is that, I don't know if that is such a thing as luxuries and Avodas Hashem, but that we want to ask for as much as we can get. The other things in Gashmi is Shkeach. Okay, inside his Yaakov Avinu comes to the wells. He sees the Rowan, sees the shepherds. They seem to be slacking off. If they only figures midday already, Hayom Hod Gadol, it's already a full day, middle of the day. Why are you staying by the Be'eros? He figures, listen, either if they own the sheep, then they're being foolish. They're wasting their money. And if they're workers, so then they're really being dishonest because they're taking off much too early. But he doesn't come over to them and just go straight into them because it's going to be a problem. Instead, he comes to them and he says, Achai, my brothers, he gets into one of these conversations that if you look at the conversation, it is just like the type of conversations that we have. You say, I meet somebody, I say, where are you from? He says to me, I'm from Atlanta. Oh, you're from Atlanta. Do you know so-and-so? Yeah, I know so-and-so. And how is he? Oh, he's fine. And here comes his daughter. The idea, this is like the Torah, which is so careful not to waste any words, gives us the dialogue, a beautiful dialogue that we follow all the time. If not all the time, so many times people follow. But anyway, he's there. And then, after he has the dialogue, and he begins with the words, Achai, my brothers, and he feels he can speak to them, then he says to them, why are you taking this time? And then explain to him. They don't say to him, hey, why don't you get out of here? Why don't you mind your own business? This is our business. We know what we're doing. No, they're careful with him. And they answer his question because he started in a positive way with him. And that makes a very big difference, especially if we want to say something of a constructive feedback. I purposely use the word feedback because instead of the word criticism. I was speaking to my chavrusis this evening, and it's interesting. The difference between the word bikoret and the word machma'ah. The word in Hebrew, bikoret, means criticism. The word machma'ah is a compliment, is a positive comment. And the word bikoret, if you take a look, is the word kar, cold. Somebody comes and gives you criticism, there's a kritus that comes on, coldness. A machma'ah comes from the word cham. It's it is something warm. Now, instead, people are now using, instead of this, so what do you mean? You can never give anybody any guidance if you see they're making mistakes. You're only going to give them machma'ot. That's not a way to go either. I understand. That's why don't give criticism, give feedback. And when you do give the feedback, it has to be in a loving, caring, sweet way. Havachah. And a maven yov in his own particular way. That's the way to do it. Okay. So anyway, this is it. Fine. The Moshe Aaron Stern was once in Baltimore, and I happened to be with him, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, the Mashkiach from Kamenetz. And we were with our Shalashunas, and he said that Moshe Aaron Stern, was with Rav Aryeh Levine some years ago in Meir Shorim, when Meir Shorim didn't look like it looks at this time. And they saw a man on Shabbos smoking as he walked towards them. And Moshe Aaron said, I was afraid that Rav Aryeh would say something to him, and if the man got upset, I was afraid if anything, he might hit me. Because if he hit anybody, he hit me. I'm, younger than Rav Aryeh and taller. And etc. So, but in Rabbi sure enough said to him when he came back, he said, Achi, he said, he said, my brother. He said, Hayom Shabbat, Asur, Hashem. Today is Shabbos, you're not allowed to smoke. And the man said, Ani lo achicha, Ani goy. I'm not even Jewish. Rabbi said, lo. And the man paused. He said, I heard this from Rosh Hashanah. He said, paused. And he said, nobody ever spoke to me in such a tone, in such a way before. Would you like me to put it out? He said, no, just drop it. He said, tell me, how, I don't know if there was any more discussion, but he asked him, to when Shabbos over? And tonight, actually told him the time, he said, I'm not going to smoke anymore today, till then. So, till after Shabbos. But listen, I think that there was a positive feeling made, and that's the way it is. And if a person with positivity, the feedback that he gave him was appropriate, etc. Another idea. Yaakov meets Rachel, he kisses Rachel. Rebbeinu Bachye says he kissed her on the head or on the shoulder. So as late as on the head. If you remember, Rachel at that time was 5 years old. Yaakov Avinu at that time was 77 years old. 14 years in Shem Be'aver, and another, and he was 63 at the time of the brachos, and now he's 77, she's 5. So good to have that. If we're ever discussing this, it's good to have it into perspective. And then, fine. So this is what happens at our time. And then he cries. So we understand Rashi has two pshat. He cried because he's not going to be buried with her. Cried because he didn't have any money with him. The Alishas had taken away from him. David says he cried out of happiness because he realized that they were going to be married, and she was going to be the one that Mitzvah would be able to be with. Now, so a different mahal, out of happiness. Now, something else to consider is that Yaakov learned to shave Aaron for 14 years. He lived at home. He learned with his father for 63 years. It's not enough. What does he have to learn for 14 more years in Shem Yever? So the Meforshim say he learned with his parents what it is to live in a Jewish home with people who are tzaddikim in an atmosphere which is the way Yitzchak lived in his home. What he needed was to go 14 years to learn what it is to be in Golus. Just like last week, I think we mentioned the fact that the brachas that Yaakov Avinu received from his father. Yitzchak gave one bracha of Yitil L'cha Mitala Shamayim V'Shmanei Haaretz was a bracha when you're in Eretz Yisrael and things are going well for you, etc. This is what we hope Hakadosh Baruch Hu will give you if you are Zoichet. The other bracha just before Yaakov Avinu left to go, to leave to Haran, is a bracha Zman HaGolus. That's how the guy would explain it. Zman HaGolus, and therefore the Jew has to be able to live in a different world, leaves the environment that he's in, the environment of Torah, mitzvahs, etc. He has to know how to function there. And the second bracha that he gave him as he left was to be able to get out and go. Good Shabbos. The Lukas Neiris, 4 o'clock. Next week already it's going to be 4:01. So you see, the imperceptible change over is starting to begin. Shikoah.